Did you know that even the most successful people in the world have failed tests? Not just in school, but in life. What if I told you that failing a test could actually be the beginning of your success story? Today, you're about to hear a student's journey, the truth behind some famous celebrity failures, and get science-backed tips from real psychologists. Watch until the end, because what happens might shock you and change how you think about failure forever. Ahsan was a 14-year-old student who always scored well, until one test changed everything. It was his math midterm in 2025. He studied hard, revised the night before, and yet, when the results came, he failed. The red 38 out of 100 haunted him. He couldn't look his parents in the eye, and worse, he started doubting if he was smart at all. Teachers noticed a drop in his energy, and his classmates whispered. But this story isn't about giving up. After the shock faded, Ahsan did what many don't. He asked for help. He spoke to his teacher and said, "I don't understand what went wrong." His teacher explained where he lost marks and told him something powerful. "It's not about how many times you fall, Ahsan, it's how many times you stand up smarter." That conversation changed him. But what helped even more were the stories he discovered next. Let's talk about Albert Einstein, yes, the genius physicist. He failed the entrance exam to a technical school in Zurich. He didn't even speak fluently until age 4. Imagine if Einstein gave up. Or take Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first job as a TV anchor for being too emotional. Now she owns a media empire. In 2025, she launched a global mental wellness fund for teens, including students dealing with school anxiety. Even the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, faced brutal failures. In school, he was bullied and labeled strange. He failed multiple early startups. His first 3 rocket launches exploded. And yet, in 2025, he's planning the first student experiment launch to Mars in collaboration with global universities. These people prove one thing. Failing doesn't mean you're done. It means you've started. In psychology, there's a powerful idea called the growth mindset. Coined by Carol Dweck, it means believing your abilities can grow with effort, practice, and time. A fixed mindset says, "I failed, so I must be stupid." A growth mindset says, "I failed, so I'll learn and improve." In 2025, many schools worldwide have introduced mindset-based learning programs. And the results? Test scores and confidence both rise when students embrace this approach. So how do you develop a growth mindset? First, recognize failure as feedback, not judgment. Second, reward the process, not just the outcome. And third, normalize mistakes. Talk about them. When a student fails and says, "I'm not good at this yet," they start building resilience. That's what Ahsan began doing after his first failure. And it changed everything. Instead of hiding his marks, Ahsan reviewed his test again. He circled the parts he misunderstood, and asked a friend who scored well to tutor him. His parents, though upset at first, chose to support him differently. They said, "We care more about your effort than your score." That gave him space to try without fear. Ahsan also began journaling his mistakes and tracking improvements. In his next test, Ahsan didn't aim for a perfect score. He aimed to improve. He scored a 64. Not perfect, but a massive leap from 38. That moment made him realize, success doesn't feel good because it's easy. It feels good because you earn it. That one failure turned out to be his best teacher. Dr. Hira Kaleem, a school psychologist, says, "When students fail, the brain first reacts emotionally. Sadness, fear, shame." Her tip: don't rush into solving. First, calm the brain. Take a walk. Talk to someone safe. Do art. Only once you feel centered can you really analyze what went wrong. In 2025, emotional regulation is now taught in some schools via VR simulations, helping kids practice staying calm after failure. Once calm, students should reflect using questions like, "What did I prepare well? Where did I lose focus? What will I change next time?" Parents and teachers should also shift the language. Instead of saying, "Why did you fail?" try, "What did we learn from this?" That simple change helps children feel supported, not judged, and motivates them to try again. Why do kids play a video game 50 times even after failing each level? Because in games, failure is expected and fun. Every fail gives feedback. That's the mindset we need in school too. When kids view tests like game levels, they see failing not as personal defeat, but a part of the process. In 2025, some classrooms use gamified learning, giving students multiple lives to retry quizzes. When you realize that school isn't a final exam of life, but just training ground, you stop fearing failure. You start seeing every mistake as a lesson. It's okay to feel sad after a fail, but it's not okay to quit because of it. Real champions use their failures to upgrade, just like in a game. Parents, when your child fails a test, don't just look at the score. Look at their state. Ask, how do you feel? What do you need from me? Teach them how to reflect instead of react. Praise effort, not just outcome. In 2025, parent coaching sessions are being offered in many schools globally, teaching how to talk failure without shame. Teachers, your words stick. Instead of saying, you need to try harder, try, I can see you're working on it, let's figure this out together. Also, share your own failures. Let students know that even adults struggle and learn. When we normalize academic mistakes, we create an environment where trying again feels safe. J.K. Rowling, author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers. In 2025, she opened a fund for underprivileged students who failed English exams, because she believes failure teaches empathy. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the very company he started. And in 2025, Apple introduced a failure resume program to help students embrace their setbacks with pride. Ahsan's journey is one of millions. The difference is, he didn't run from his failure. He walked through it. If you're a student watching this, know that one test doesn't define you. If you're a parent or teacher, remember that how you respond to failure can shape a child's future more than any grade ever will. 2 years after his failure, Ahsan scored 91 in math and became a tutor for younger students. He now helps others who think they just aren't math people. His secret: failure helped me grow. You never know. Maybe your biggest failure is your first step toward greatness. And maybe, just maybe, that red mark isn't the end. It's the beginning. So next time you fail a test, don't cry alone. Reflect, ask for help, breathe, and most importantly, believe that your brain can grow, just like your future. Because those who succeed are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who fail and keep going.